The Grand Inquisitor in Rebels is this menacing, intimidating dude. He looks like the Sun from Clone Wars, but he's the alien species, the Pawins from Revenge of the Sith, which are already so cool looking in live action. And he's got these face markings, which I absolutely love. I think the Sun also has some of those markings, which, that's very curious. Why are they such similar looking characters? I'm sure there's theories on this. But then you move on to Kenobi.
Kind of animal are you?
They did not try, as they didn't with Fifth Brother. What is that, dude? They clearly wanted some sort of villains for the Kenobi show that appear throughout that isn't Vader. Oh, well, let's bring in the characters from Rebels. But if you're going to do that, at the very least, make an effort to make them look like the characters from Rebels. Because if you're not going to, then create your own Inquisitors. Inquisitors pop up and die off all the time. No one would care if you add another 2-3 Inquisitors. I mean, you already added Reva, so why would it hurt to add a couple more? Apart from adding a little bit more interconnectedness to Star Wars. But yeah, this is not interconnectedness, because never in my mind am I gonna be thinking this is the same guy as that. The face paint and the outfit look like a fan's cosplay of Grand Inquisitor, and if that was a fan's cosplay, I would congratulate them. I would applaud. What a great cosplay for a fan on a low budget. But this is Disney. That is not the Grand Inquisitor, and it makes me so mad because they didn't try. Absolutely no one on the team must have remembered that the Pawn already appeared in live action in Revenge of the Sith 20 years ago. And they even have pretty much a tutorial in the documentary. They could have followed one-to-one to recreate it. The only thing is, though, the actor is clearly not a lanky enough type like Grand Inquisitor is meant to be. They clearly hired someone they thought would play the part well and ignored what they may actually appear as on screen. And apparently Rupert Friend avoided watching a single episode of Rebels as to give his own take on the character. Now, I don't know if this is because he was told not to or he chose not to, but that on its own already doesn't make sense. But I suspect he just didn't really care much for the role in this universe, which is fine. You don't have to like the thing you're acting in to have a lasting impression. I mean, look at Alec Guinness. That guy look at Harrison Ford. Those people hate Star Wars, man. But anyway, what happened in the head area? Because why is the red face paint significantly lighter, especially under the eyes, where they are rarely visible or completely the wrong color? They must have had the image of Grand Inquisitor from Rebels up somewhere, but for some reason thought not to add the red under the eyes, which is like one of the most iconic parts of the design. Also, I don't think he has the sharp teeth either. Like in Revenge of the Sith, the Pawns, they have these really cool sharp teeth. His eyes are supposed to be black as well, with those glowing orange pupils. They didn't do that either. I think his eyes go like Sith-like for like one scene, but that's not the same as his eyes being black. How come in Ahsoka everyone got contacts, but in Kenobi that's just too much? Oh, that's too much. It's not in a budget for the contacts. Also, the voice. I'm a slight fan of the voice he has in Kenobi.
Rumors run rampant.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but it clearly isn't the Grand Inquisitor. Whereas in Rebels, he has a very intimidating voice.
I believe I am. In fact, it's time to end both Jedi and Padawan for good.
In Kenobi, it's kind of just sounds like he's trying too hard to be intimidating.
Now, if he were smart, he'd keep moving, but the Jedi code is like an itch. He cannot help it. So he steps in and saves your saloon.
Anyway, it's weird. It just sucks. It's not a good translation at all. I literally can't give him any higher than a C grade. And you know what? Fittingly enough. And counter argument to literally any argument. Any and all arguments for Rupert Friend's Grand Inquisitor can be immediately disputed by a single Revenge of the Sith scene. And if that weren't enough, you can also pull up the documentary and see how they purposely got a lanky dude to play the part of a Pawn, and did the same for all the background Pawns too. Argument countered.